Hi everyone. I'm so flipping tired. You guys don't understand. Let me try and move my chair. Um, I am so tired. I was even thinking about not doing this, but I didn't want to be inconsistent. Um, I didn't have enough time to do my normal research. So I'm going to do everything live. So I'm going to check everything that I need to check. Like obviously I've already done this when I broke down my shorts, but that was like probably a week ago or maybe 6 days ago, and like there's so much that I'm doing for the channel. Like I'm always exhausted, and now with these new interviews and some few things that I'm working on, it's becoming a lot. But the moment I can focus on the channel full time, I think a lot of things will improve, and like the content quality and variety will increase significantly. Um, I aim to be the best, and I'm going to work hard to actually give you guys that. Um, so for now, I hope you forgive me because this breakdown, or rather these predictions, are going to take a little bit longer because I'm going to be breaking down everything live. So I'm going to be doing the research while I'm actually giving you my opinion. It won't be that long, but it'll take a little bit longer than normal. So let me actually start with um, the actual fights. Um, Nora Connolly versus what's her name? Melissa Mullins. Um, my subscribers picked Melissa Mullins, and I picked Nora Connolly, and here's why. I feel like Melissa Mullins gets hit a lot, and I feel like this will probably primarily be a kickboxing match between the both of them. But Melissa Mullins has the advantage. I think I could be wrong, but I think she will have the advantage on the ground. But in all likelihood, this fight will stay standing, right? Unless Nora Connolly decides to take the fight to the ground. But beyond that, I feel like Mullins gets hit a lot. Obviously, she throws as much as she gets hit. So for me, that's a problem when you're fighting someone who has the kind of finishing ability that Nora Connolly has. Uh, I don't know what that means in the comment section. So yeah, my official pick is Nora Connolly, and my subscribers went with Melissa Mullins. I just feel like this fight, if it stays standing, Nora Connolly is good defensively in terms of striking. Even though she doesn't throw a lot offensively, I think her ability to evade the shots will make it highly possible that she gets the W in this particular fight. And she has the highest, or rather, the likely possibility of mixing it up. So my official pick is going to be Nora Connolly. My subscribers went with Melissa Mullins. On to the next one. Cesar Almeida versus Dylan Budka. Um, the reason okay, these are the ones that I actually checked beforehand. So apologies. Let me see. Tweezer Rich, if she uses solid footwork, she should make it easy. Yeah, I am going. Just for the record, I'm going with Nora, not Melissa. Um, this stream might be a little bit longer than my normal breakdowns, so I'll respond to the comments um later on once I'm done, because I don't know how long this is going to take, because I'm going to be breaking down every single fight live, which might take longer than normal. So these are the fights that I've already broken down, but this is like three. So Dylan Budka versus Cesar Almeida. Um, Cesar Almeida is a good kickboxer. My problem is that that's all. Like he's a good kickboxer, and Dylan Budka is able to stand. I'm not saying he's like as good of a kickboxer as Cesar Almeida, even though if I'm not mistaken, I think Almeida has a win over Alex Pereira or something like that. I don't know, but nonetheless, I'm not saying that Dylan Budka is a better kickboxer than Cesar Almeida, but I feel like Budka would not be lost on the feet if it stays there. If somehow Budka cannot take the fight to the ground and he's forced to strike with him, I think he can survive. I think he will do pretty decently. But Almeida is a kickboxer. So because of that, I think the fight will end up being, or rather, going to the ground, and it'll likely be because of Dylan Budka. Yes, Dylan Budka. So that's why he's my official pick. He has more ways of winning. On the feet, I don't think he's going to be lost, and if it goes to the ground, I think he'll have the advantage. My subscribers went with Cesar Almeida. So yeah, on to the next one. Um Dan Agrieta versus Jin Silva. Jin Matsumoto, yes. Um, Let me see. What are the. Um, okay. I think Jin Silva is a little bit inexperienced in the UFC so far. And another thing is that I feel like let me see. I think he has the same problem that I feel like Cesar Almeida, or not Cesar Almeida. What's her name? Melissa Mullins. Yes. When I broke down, one of the biggest problems I have with Jean Silva is that she throws as much as or rather, he throws as much as he receives. So if he's going to throw 100 strikes, then 100 strikes are going to land on his face. And that's not a conducive way to actually perform if you want to go to a higher level. I think, what do you call him? Dan Aguilera has the experience advantage. So I think that will play a significantly big role in this. I know Jin Matsumoto has some level of ground game, but historically, Brazilians are not necessarily good at taking people down. They can finish you if they can get you to the ground, but if they can't get you to the ground, then they have a difficult time actually getting you there. So I think Dan is good enough on the ground to be able to avoid any kind of danger that Jean might pose, and I think Dan is a little bit better defensively, especially when it comes to striking. I think he's is able to be a little bit safer as opposed to Jin, who receives as much as he gives. Basically, that's it. You are able to test his chin. Like I don't know if he actually even tries to dodge what do you call it, strikes. I love Hamza Chimaev, but I would compare him to Hamza. Hamza gets hit a lot. He's good, but on the feet, I'm talking about on the feet. So he gets hit a lot. That's my problem with Jin Matsumoto. But also the advantage for him is that he throws a lot. So that's probably why he's been winning. But in the UFC, I don't know how far he's going to be able to get if he gets hit a lot. It's cool that you can throw out 100 strikes, but it's not cool that you get hit 100 times in return. Eventually, someone is going to be able to stop you because there are openings in your striking. Um, my subscribers, oh my god, I'm not sure who they picked. I think they picked Jin Matsumoto. I went, yes, they picked the Jin Matsumoto. I went with Dan Aguilera. On to the next one. Yeah, this is the one I'm going to do the live breakdown. So if I take a little bit of time to actually break the fight down, please forgive me for that. I don't like doing this, but I've been doing interviews and all those type of things, so it's been taking up a lot of my time to actually prepare significantly. So I'm going to do the live breakdowns here with you. Let me see. Um, this is, what do you call her? Piera Rodriguez versus Cynthia Calvillo. Let's see. Let's see the performance. Um, okay. Yeah. Another problem. Another similar problem, right? That I was mentioning with Jane Matsumoto. Cynthia Calvillo has the same problem. She throws 100 strikes, she's going to get 100 back. Um, and I feel like when you look at, let me see how the record, finishing abilities. Um, it's women's MMA, man. It's going to be a little bit challenging to actually see who's going to get this one done. Officially, my subscribers have picked Cynthia Calvillo. I went with Rodriguez. Um, Obviously, I just highlighted the fact that I feel like on the feet she has some level of defense, where I feel like Calvillo does not. The same problem that I mentioned. But on the when it comes to takedown, or rather when it comes to grappling, I guess Calvillo has an advantage. Let me see. Yeah, Calvillo has an advantage to some extent. When it comes to submissions and all those type of things, I think I would give that advantage to Calvillo. Because she's threatening at the very least. But when it comes to the amount of time who shoots a little bit more, I think what do you call it? Rodriguez shoots a little bit more. So the probability, if the fight goes to the ground, probabilities are the person who will probably get it there um, will probably be Rodriguez because she shoots a lot of takedowns. Um, and obviously that will result in her getting it eventually. But when it comes to submissions, I don't know on the ground. I don't know how that will go because Calvillo is a little bit tricky there. But if it stays standing, I feel like what do you call her? Calvillo gets hit a lot, so that's going to affect her ability to actually perform at her peak. Um, so yeah, on to the next one. Victor Hugo versus Pedro. I'm a big fan of Victor Hugo. I think I've said it a lot of times in my streams and when I was breaking down a variety of fights, right? I'm a very very big fan of Victor Hugo, and let me see. Um, here's my problem, right? Um, Wait a minute. Um, I'm breaking down. I'm still looking at the statistics and some of the information that I have available. Um, I think I think what do you call him? I think Victor Hugo is good, but I think Pedro is an incredible striker. I think Pedro is obviously both of them. I think they are very well rounded, but I think Pedro is a little bit cleaner on the feet. He has good striking defense and he has good striking offense. So that means he's able to avoid getting hit really well, and he's also able to actually land shots on the opponent. So I think I would lean more towards Pedro, even on short notice, because I feel like um, both of them are well rounded. But I think even with short notice, I think Pedro is a little bit cleaner on the feet, and he has good. Let me see. Mm, yeah, he has good takedown defense, So I don't know. I feel like he's going to be able to dictate every single exchange, whether it's on the feet or on the ground. So because of that, I think I'm going to go with Pedro, which hurts me because I'm a big fan of Victor Hugo. I think he has a really bright future in the UFC. I've been excited for his debut, and I don't like the fact that they changed the opponent to what do you call him, Pedro. I wish it was still against Alatang Haley because Victor Hugo would have definitely won that one. He might still win this one, but I just feel like what do you call him? Pedro is a little bit good defensively and offensively, both on the feet and on the ground. Whereas Victor Hugo is well rounded, but he gets hit. When you break down Falcao with really bad and real short notice. Yeah, that's basically what I'm basically doing right now. I feel like even though um, it's short notice, I still feel like Falcao is a little bit better on the feet, both offensively and defensively. I think he's able to evade strikes. I think he's able to land his own shots. I think he's very hard to take down. I think he has some skills to actually take the fight to the ground. So I think he's a complete fighter. Both of them are complete, but if I had my pick, it would be Pedro, even on short notice. I could be wrong, but I feel like he's a little bit better. So even on short notice, I still think he can get it done. And we've seen a couple of fighters winning even on short notice. Um, so yeah, on to the next fight. Uh, yeah, this fight. People have been eating me up in the comment section for actually picking. My subscribers and I picked Norma Dumont. Actually, before I move on to this fight, my subscribers picked Victor Hugo and I picked Pedro. Those are our official picks. So the next fight that I'm breaking down, Jermaine Durandamine and Norma Dumont. Yeah, I think MMA fans have dirty minds. Like the things that I've heard about Norma Dumont is crazy. But anyway, let me actually look at the information I have here before I start breaking down, so that I love breaking down like this, man. It's a little bit better than I used to because I used to write notes, and now I actually try to actually give you like information based on what I'm looking at. Um, but I should have looked at it beforehand. The first of all, I feel like being 40. I think she's 42 actually. I think yeah, fair enough. Uh, sketchy for short notice. Yeah, yeah. So 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 it's hard for me to pick. Even statistically, let's just leave a lot of things out. How many people have been successful over 40 versus how many people have been unsuccessful? 42, I think she just had a child. People are looking at a past performance, and that was years ago, man. Like you can't say at one point Anderson Silva was pound for pound great, and recently he lost to Jake Paul. So you can't look at someone's old performance and assume that they are going to be able to perform like that for the rest of their lives. That's not how it works. Even if there are like outliers, there are some fighters who are able to perform at a high level even after they get to 40. But what's worse in this situation is it's the women's division. The women's division, unfortunately, is like maybe 10 years behind the men's division. And if we were speaking 10 years ago, no one over 40 beats anyone who's under 35. So, but let me break down the actual fights and leave the age out of it. Um, let's look at yeah. Another thing is, I think Durandamine has horrible defense when it comes to striking. Not horrible, but it's bad. So and offensively, I don't know, man. People like to give people credit. It's basically what Kobe was famous for. The only thing that Kobe was famous for was that he went 10 rounds with Usman and all those type of things. He wasn't necessarily famous for actually his skills. Like the most famous thing that people made an argument for was that he went 10 rounds with Usman, so automatically we are supposed to accept that he's good. I mean, I use this example a lot. Reyes arguably won that fight against John Jones, but look at where Reyes' career went and look at where John Jones' career went. you can't give credit to someone for losing a close fight. Like that's not how things work. So for me, it's difficult to actually choose her because I think her striking defense is not that good. Um, I think Norma Dumont striking defense is decent, is good, significantly better than that of Jermaine. And even offensively, I think um, Norma Dumont throws a lot more. So she's good at avoiding shots. Like she's good at avoiding being punched, basically, or being kicked. And on top of that, she throws more, and she lands a little bit more than what do you call her, Jermaine. So for me, especially when you add in on top of the fact that Norma Dumont has good takedown accuracy, when you add on the fact that Jermaine is older, like there are so many factors that I feel like it would be dumb to ignore. But I can respect whoever. I've been wrong before, so I can respect whoever doesn't feel like my prediction is accurate, because ultimately my purpose is to help you make a decision. It's not to make the decision for you. This is part of research. Listening to me is part of research, and you can listen to me and decide for yourself if I'm making sense, or you can do a little bit more research and make the decision for yourself. But for me, offensively and defensively on the ground, I think Norma Dumont is a little bit better. Maybe the height might be an issue, but at 42, on top of everything, it's hard for me to actually pick Jermaine. But it's women's MMA, so you never know. So um, whoever wants to pick Jermaine can go ahead. My subscribers and I went with Norma Dumont. On to the next one. Um, I'm enjoying this so much, man. I'm enjoying this so much. This is nice. This is nice. Alex Morono. Cod McGee versus Alex Morono. Alex Morono's lost to Joaquin Buckley aged well, but an argument can be made that Joaquin Buckley looked a little bit better in his recent fight, even though Vicente Luque basically gave up in that particular fight. But that's a story for another day. Let me break down this fight. Um, uh, yeah, man, this is a tricky one. I think I'm going to my official pick, and my subscribers' official pick is going to be Alex Morono. Even though on the feed I feel like it's going to be almost evenly matched, but because Alex Morono throws a little bit more, I think he's probably going to be able to win with volume, and I think he has a little bit more power. So if he doesn't win with volume, he might win with either Morono round one or making, in my opinion, as far as bets go, because Morono is not that powerful, and that's how he's been losing recently. Yeah, Morono is not that powerful, but I think in this particular instance, I can see him finishing the fight. But I think he can also win with volume. Um, that's my official pick. Alex Morono is my official pick. I think he has the ability to actually get this one done. Um, Let me see. Both of them have horrible defense when it comes to striking. Both of them, okay. I think McGee has a little bit a better defense in terms of grappling, so he's able to defend takedowns. Both of them have average takedown accuracy. I'd say bad, not even average. Okay, let's say average. It's not great, but I think Morono throws a little bit more than McGee. They will be evenly matched on the feet, but I would give a slight power advantage to Morono. And when I look at his previous performance against Joaquin Buckley, he looked better in hindsight now after looking how good Joaquin Buckley looked in his recent fight. I think credit should be given to Alex Morono for that kind of performance, because After I watched that fight, I was like, oh damn! It means Joaquin Buckley is not good, but it clearly doesn't mean he's not good. It means Alex Morono is not that bad, you know. Um, so yeah, my subscribers and I officially picked Alex Morono to get this one done. On to the next one. Uh, whew, the UFC has been putting on. Trevor Peek has been looking good, man. In recent fights, he's been looking incredible. But yeah, this is the next fight that I'm breaking down. Trevor Peek versus Charlie Campbell. Let me look at them. Let me look at them. Woo! Charlie Campbell, my nigga. Damn. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I might want to change my pick. I might want to change my pick. Damn! Charlie Campbell is really good, man. Let me see when did his last fight end? Okay. Um okay, it's really difficult to tell, but Charlie Campbell is good, man. I think is really good. My official pick is Trevor Peek, right? And my subscribers also picked Trevor Peek. But what I'm looking at right now tells me that possibilities are Charlie Campbell might actually win this fight. Let me see. Yo, 100% the takedown defense. Like, okay, I'll say this. My official pick is Trevor Peek, right? I don't know why. Because everything that I'm looking at here says Trevor Campbell. The biggest problem I have with Trevor Campbell. Well, why am I saying Trevor Campbell? I'm sorry, Charlie Campbell. So yes. Um, I think I don't know who's the underdog here. I haven't looked at the odds, but if you have a feeling to say, I think Charlie Campbell. I think maybe I might actually be changing my pick from Trevor Peak to Charlie Campbell. Let me look at this a little bit more and just be sure with the decision that I'm making. Um, oh, dog. No, man, I can't change my pick. I'm thinking about changing my pick, guys. Like, I think Trevor, what do you call Charlie Campbell looks really good, man. Like, he looks really, really good. Um, I did my research last week when I did my predictions. I know if you're new, I think a lot of you who are watching me here, um, probably watch my shorts as well. So my shorts come out a week before. So I do my research then, and that's how I predict fights. So I wonder why I came to the conclusion that I'm picking Trevor Peak because everything that I'm looking at here says that Charlie Campbell is going to dominate this fight. Like it looks like he's going to dominate. I think he's good, really good. He has good defense in terms of striking, even grappling. He has good takedown defense. He has good striking defense. He has amazing, okay, not amazing. He has good striking accuracy. He has good volume. Like he throws a lot of punches. Not just punches. Like he throws a lot of strikes. He has a lot of power. I mean, like, there's very little to not like about this dude. The only thing that is lacking is experience. But everything else here says that Charlie Campbell should dominate this fight and probably should get a finish in the first round. Um, I'm going to go against myself and say I'm going to pick Charlie Campbell. My initial pick when I came into this stream, I picked Trevor Peak. My subscribers also picked Trevor Peak, but I think I'm changing my pick to Charlie Campbell. So yeah, I hope I don't regret this. But my official pick is Charlie Campbell. I think he should dominate. I think, if I'm correct, he should win this fight in the first round. On to the next one. I'm sorry, Trevor Peak. I think you look good recently, but it is what it is. Um, Vald Walker. Let me see. Let me see. I don't have a lot of information on him, but I'm going to check it right now. Let's see what the Vald Walker has for us. Um, the UFC has been doing good. Even though the fights that they've been giving us have not been like big names, but I think they've been putting on really hard to predict fights. Um, let me see. Walker is like has a lot of power in terms of striking. So it's and he's undefeated as well, 11-0. Let me see the kind of opponents that he's beaten. Okay, not bad. 15-9, 20-13, 6-3, 1-1, 7-2, 3-3, 7-3. Okay, not bad, man. Not bad. And then what's his global or regional ranking? Ranked number 12 in Russia. Yeah, and 26 years old. Yeah. I picked him, but you know what? I just wanted to make sure before I actually like I've researched a little bit, but I didn't have his information on my laptop. But yeah, my official pick is going to be Walker. I think he's going to probably dominate this fight. Um, he has like amazing finishing abilities. Um, he's very young. Like there's so much that is going for him. I don't see him losing this fight. Um, how is he ranked in Russia if he's representing Brazil? Okay, that's a story for another day. But nonetheless, my official pick is Walker. My subscribers also went with Walker. On to the next one. Uh, Giagos. Ignacio Bahamondes versus Christos Giagos. Let's get it. Let's get it. Another dude that hits that throws as much as he gets hit. Another problem that I have. Let me see how um okay, and then how good is your striking? Yeah, Ignacio is going to win this fight. I don't see I don't see I don't see let me see let me see. Yeah. Ignacio is going to win this fight, most definitely. Yeah, yeah. I'm 100% sure now. I'm confident, a little bit more confident in my pick now. Um I think Ignacio does not have the best defense, but it's definitely better than what do you call him, Christian Giagos, on the feet. And let me see how he does. He has good takedown. He has good takedowns, Giagos, but it's really difficult to take Ignacio down. So in all likelihood, this fight is going to be on the feet, and on the feet, I think Ignacio is going to win this fight, no doubt. Let me check some few things. And he's lost to really good or rather decent fighters. He's lost to Klein. He's lost to Ogden. Like actually he beat Ogden. Yeah, that's a solid win. Considering how Ogden looked, how or rather how he's been looking in his recent fights. So yeah, I'm very confident in my pick of Ignacio. I think Ignacio Bahamondes actually wins this fight. My subscribers also picked Ignacio. So yeah, I'm sticking with my pick. He has a challenging one. Yo, I think I might change my pick again on this one. um, I picked the Chepe Mariscal to win this fight. But I feel like let me see. Let me see how good is his defense. He's never been tested. Let me check some few things. On Morgan Charrier, let's see, Morgan. Yeah, man, it's Morgan is good, um, defensively in terms of striking. Um, I haven't seen him enough to see how good his takedown defense is. He only has one loss on the ground via submission, and he has, let me see how many wins in terms of, he has three submission wins. So let me see. Chepe also has been looking really good recently. That's why I picked him. I think he's a little bit more complete, and obviously a little bit more experienced than of the two of them. But Morgan has power. One of my biggest concerns with these prospects is that they are so used to finishing fights that if somehow it doesn't end in the first round, they start to fold. I let does he have any decision wins, Morgan? Uh, okay, five decision wins. So maybe probably he won't have an issue if it goes to a decision. So because five decision wins, it's pretty significant. So let me not worry about cardio because I think maybe he's able to get to the final round. Uh, okay, I think I'm also going to change my pick on this one. I think I'm going to go with Morgan Charrier. My initial pick was Chepe Mariscal, but after looking at what I'm looking at right now, I think the only problem is I don't know how good Morgan's takedown defense is. All three rounds. He shut down Ogden. I remember that one. Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with Morgan Charrier. My only concern is that I don't know how good his takedown defense is, but if he can avoid being taken down, um, I think he should win this fight. My initial pick was Morgan, not Morgan, Chepe Mariscal. My official pick now is Morgan Charrier. My subscribers picked Chepe Mariscal. On to the next one. To be honest, this card has no big names, and I'm not very excited about it. But if you're a hardcore MMA fan, you'll still watch. But yeah, there's no name value, and I think we are suffering for UFC 299 and UFC 300. We can celebrate both of them, but we should just be prepared to watch a lot of crappy cards in the next coming months. UFC Fight Night cards are going to be bad. But yeah, UFC 299 was great, and UFC 300 is going to be incredible. Let me continue. This is a co-main event, if I'm not mistaken. Alexander Hernandez versus Damon Jackson. Let's see. My official pick was, or rather, still is Damon Jackson. My subscribers went with Alexander Hernandez. So I'm going to just look at the weather, and obviously I'll give you my reasons if I'm ever going to change. Um, I'm so ready for UFC 300. Max, yeah, I'm actually my picks are going to be coming out in a couple of hours today for UFC 300. I actually picked Max. I think a lot of people are underestimating Max. I think Max is going to actually shock a lot of people. And a fight between him and Islam would be insane. But nonetheless, we'll talk about that at another time. Also, I'm going to start releasing breakdowns for each fight on UFC 300 up until next week. Live only though, like not standard. I'll be doing them live. But let me finish this. I actually might do one after this stream. I might actually break down, what do you call him? Jim Miller versus Bobby Green after the stream. But let me finish this. Um, I've been streaming for almost 40 minutes. I've never done this before. Thank you guys The two of you who've been here with me, I love you. Let me finish. Let me finish up. Um, uh, Anthony Hernandez. Let me see why my subscribers like this guy. Um, okay, I think I think on the feed it's going to be even. I think it could go either way. Damn. Anthony Hernandez has the power advantage in this situation. Um, Jackson has horrible takedown defense. That it's not like Hernandez has like great takedown defense. Um, let me see. Let me see. I think the only way that Jackson wins this fight is if it goes to the ground. I think because on the feet, I think Hernandez will have an advantage. Let me see. Yeah, on the feet, I think Hernandez is going to have the advantage. So the probably I picked. Yeah, this one is tricky because they are both horrible. They have horrible defense when it comes to striking. Their defense is bad, and they should I go with Hernandez? I think I might go with Hernandez. My official pick was Jackson, but my problem is because they are not that great in terms of defense. I'm trying to think if I should go with whoever throws more, which is Hernandez. Because and Hernandez also has the power. The advantage is on the feet. Both will be evenly matched, but the power advantage will be on Hernandez's side. And the striking, in terms of volume, the amount of strikes thrown is going to go to Hernandez. When it goes to the ground, I mean, both of them don't have good takedown defense, but um, I think Jackson is a little bit more threatening on the ground with submissions. I think Jackson shoots a little bit more. So it's a tricky one because this fight might go to the ground because both of them are competent on the ground. So it might be who is better, and I don't at this point. I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards Jackson on the ground, which I think the fight will eventually get to that point. So this is a coin toss for me. My official pick is Jackson, but I'm worried because on the feed, I'm almost 100% sure that Hernandez is going to win this fight if this fight stays standing. So I don't know if I should change my pick or just stick with my pick. I did my research. I'm going to stick with my pick. My official pick is Damon Jackson. But I wouldn't be surprised if he lost because I think Alexander Hernandez is a little bit more complete. He has both. I can't say good striking because he gets hit a lot. He gets hit more than he lands um, based on previous performances. But he has the power to actually finish a fight. So because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson lost. But I feel like I'm going to lean more towards Jackson. Both of them have horrible takedown defense, so which means the fight will probably get to that point. And because of that, um, I think Jackson is a little bit more dangerous on the ground. So my official pick is Jackson. My subscribers went with um, Alexander Hernandez. Um, Hold on. So Hernandez and making it to the second round with. Yeah, Jackson is miles better on the ground in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you, man. That's why I think I'm going to stick with my pick of Jackson. My subscribers went with Hernandez, but like I was saying, on the ground I think Jackson is better. But on the feet, which is where every single fight starts, I think Hernandez is better. The reason why I feel a little bit more confident with picking Jackson is because I know the fight will get to the ground because both of them have horrible takedown defense. So that means it will eventually get to the ground, and if it gets to the ground, I'm favoring Jackson to actually finish the fight. So yeah, my official pick is going to still remain as Jackson, and um, my subscribers went with Hernandez. So this is a coin flip. Any one of them can win. The final one, Brandon Allen versus what do you call it? Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is not what he used to be, but his striking is still good. Actually, let me check some few things. Curtis's striking is still good, in my opinion, but he's not what he used to be. He's not the guy that beat Allen the first time, and definitely Allen is not the guy that lost to Curtis the first time. But even today, I still think that Chris Curtis's striking is a little better than that of Brandon Allen. But let me check some few things and just verify what I'm saying so that I know that I've enjoyed doing these breakdowns like this, man. Maybe in future I'll just look at the information that I collect some information and like I've been doing now. I look at some information and I break the fights down. So in future from now on, I'll look at the information before I start my live, so that the stream doesn't have to be this long. Um, Imavov was ragdolling him, and he doesn't even shoot at a high percentage. Um, Let me out, but I think Curtis can win this one. It's hard for me, man. On the feed, yeah, he has a shot, and he has good takedown defense, so it might stay on the feed. But I think on the ground, definitely Allen. If he can get it there, right? But let me see some few things. Who's this? Yeah, yeah. Let me see who has the power in this particular situation. Um, Let me see who has the power. Yeah, that's why maybe that's what's going to happen, and I hope it does. But yeah, this is a tricky one. I'm going to go officially with Allen, but this is another coin toss, right? Because obviously, obviously on the ground, Allen is better, but Chris Curtis is hard to take down. Um, on the feed, I feel like Chris Curtis. I hate to say this, but I think Chris Curtis might be a little bit better, and he might have a little bit more power. But and another issue that I have is that Brandon Allen also gets hit a lot. He throws as much as he receives. Same problem as some of the fighters on this particular card that I've been picking, or rather picking against. I don't like fighters that hit as much as they get hit. That's a problem for me. But I feel like maybe, not maybe. I think Brandon Allen is ranked like number five, if I'm not mistaken, in the middleweight division, right? And then Curtis is somewhere in the bottom 15, if he's still even ranked. So that just shows how much Allen has improved since the last time they fought, and how much Curtis has dropped since the last time. I mean, he lost to what do you call him? The guy who fought with Israel Adesanya, who's also famous for losing a close fight against Israel Adesanya. I forgot his name. So I mean, he's still decent, but I think maybe Allen will be able to survive on the feet, but he gets hit a lot. And Curtis has a lot of power, but I think he learned something from their previous fight, so he's going to be able to find a way to win this one. I think his fight IQ has increased since then. So I'm going to stick with my pick of Brendan Allen. My subscribers also went with Brendan Allen, but I wouldn't be shocked if there was an upset on this particular main event. I love breaking down these fights like this, man. Oh, this is nice, man. I'm going to do this like a little bit more like this. Let me try to reply to you. I'm still unsure as well. Yeah, it's um after seeing Sneaker take full power shots by Strickland, I might actually take credit. How did Allen get KO? Yeah, like it's tricky. Like the main event is tricky because I mean he's already lost to him, and normally, not all the time, but normally when people rematch, the one who won the first time usually wins via decision. So if the first time you lost via finish, the next time you'll probably lose via decision. That's how normally rematches work. It's only a handful of situation with people like maybe Dustin Poirier who are able to come back and finish you. People like Francis Ngannou and all those type of things. But if ever you lost your first fight against someone via finish, you can look at you see like numerous examples of this. So it's possible, but the problem I have with Chris Curtis is that he's been declining, whereas Brandon Allen has been ascending. So this is the kind of fight that you should probably maybe just avoid because you're going to lose money here. Because it's a coin flip. It's kind of like the co-main event. Like either one of them could win, but I'm leaning more towards Allen on this one. Let me not make this stream too long. I'm going to break down, but again, Bobby Green versus what do you call him, Jim Miller. Um, After I'm finished with the stream, let me see. Can you search up Ellen's win streak, please? I want to see if there was a similar matchup already. Okay, yeah. Let me check for you. Winston, you want the winners, or you want the people that he fought with, or you want me to check? What do you want me to check exactly so that I can check specifically for you? Let me check his win streak, and then I'll tell you if you want to know who he actually beat. Let me see. His win streak is 6 wins, and the people he's beaten is Paul Craig, Bruno Silva, Andre Muniz, Jadko, Jacob Malkoon. Wow, okay, this is pretty decent. Sam Alvey, and yeah, and one in grappling, which is Gabriel Checo. I mean, these are pretty solid wins. These are, I think, beating Jacob Malkoon is a good, I think, a decent win. I think Andre Muniz is decent. I think Bruno Silva, I don't know, man. How do you have such a close fight with Chris Weidman? Paul Craig, I don't know. Let me not say they're decent. They're just okay. Malkoon, Loki got robbed. Yeah. And the first three have terrible takedown defense. Yeah. Yeah. Solid point. I guess we'll see. I mean, it's MMA. Anything can happen. So that makes it a little bit tricky. That makes it a little bit tricky. But I mean, anything can happen, dog. Like it's crazy. And let me not make this stream too long, man. I want to go break down Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. So let's meet on that one. I'm going to start another stream now. Maybe it'll take me like 5 minutes because I have to download some few things. And yeah, I'll start the stream. I appreciate you guys. Deuces.